Do you have everything? Do you have drinks? Or you have like 4. I mean, it's like 3 that you can actually drink.
Mm-hmm.
1 that you shouldn't.
Too much.
Yeah. The cutest one you shouldn't have too much of. I think I'm also fine. Since we're going to be showing a bunch of stuff, is it okay if I move around and show stuff?
Yeah, of course.
And bring it here, yeah? Because we are... Could you say just shortly where we are?
Where we are?
Yeah.
We are in our studio.
Lovely. Okay, next question. What does that mean?
I mean, it's what we create here and we build here as a studio. I mean, you built, actually. I was there.
Well, you were very much the driving force and the reason, and you brought in the possibility of building it here, right? I mean, you applied with your art, and then we built it together. So there's definitely, I think, a shared momentum here. But I know that this is all obvious to you, but imagine someone listening to this. When you just say studio, it could be anything, right? And just to remind you and be a bit cocky, I do have another studio.
Okay, you have 2 different studios.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So now my question is, what kind of studio is this? What do you do here? Are you studioing in this studio? And why did you get this in the first place? And who are you to begin with?
The first question, I will start. It's an art and design studio, we can call, because I'm doing art and design, illustration, and you also doing design. And who am I? I'm Selin. It's been 2 years. I moved from Turkey, and I'm freelance illustrator and artist.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sum up and then also gonna lead you into some other questions. So about 2 years ago, you moved from Turkey, to Germany, to Berlin, from Istanbul to Berlin, right? Giant city to biggest city in the country. Well, it's not giant, right? It's like a quarter of Istanbul.
Okay, but it's the same vibe.
Really?
Less crowded.
What's the less crowded? Yeah, like 25% or 75% less crowded.
Yeah, but for the art scene or how we are spending our time, it's kind of same. Maybe better here.
Could you describe a little bit what it was like? Because I know that you studied in Istanbul, right? What was that like studying what you studied? And please also tell us what you studied, or tell me what you studied. I know, I saw your degree, but still, this is relevant. And tell me what that was like in Istanbul.
I studied graphic design in Mimar Sinan University. And first I studied just 1 year in fashion design. Then I switched to graphic design and graduated from there. And studying in the Mimar Sinan, it's really lovely because you're just school by the sea. And the important thing is that actually, and all the teachers are also connected with the Germany education system. So I think it's quite similar with the Germany.
Okay, so it's at least it's in contact and compatible.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Could you share a little bit about what studying was like? You don't have to go into what kind of courses you did or something like this, but how did you, as a community, come up into the game of art, into the game of design, graphic design, and also, just to give you that word, illustration per se, right? Because that's at least how I experience you. That's your main source of income, and that's also the thing you're known for through the internet, because your physical pieces, they do travel across Europe these days, but I think it's just obvious that your digital work is you sell in numbers a lot more, and that can be spread a lot easier because it's going to websites, it's going to print, all of this kind of stuff. So back to the question, what was it like to be a student And how did you experience the community in, I can't pronounce the name of your university.
Mimar Sinan.
Mimar Sinan
Yes.
University,
Yes.
Istanbul. How was that?
It was really great because like all my friends, not all mine, but most of my friends from there. And how can I explain that? It's you need to live that. I can't explain actually.
Okay.
But it was really nice. Like all our teachers are super lovely and they want to teach something really. There's a couple of teachers are really, I can't forget them. One of is Burcu Dündar. She was really in the beginning of our education. She was a bit harsh on us, and she forced us for the teaching. She was teaching typography, and I still remember everything from her. She was and Emre Sanan and Ayşe Gülizar.
What I'm getting is that you had a very strong connection, a very personal connection to your teachers, to your professors. And my original question was actually more towards like, because I see that you still have a very strong and active community of people that you studied with, of people that kind of like are in the circle. And also, I know that you came to Berlin with a group of people, and also not as the first people from Turkey to ever come to Berlin, right? But also not as the first group of people from that specific university to come as a group of artists to Berlin. So I wonder what that was like and how you remember. You can be brief on that, but you can also like tell a huge story if you want to. What was that like, being among these creative people and then actually like making the decision to leave the country, which is that's a big thing, right? Yeah. I've never moved abroad. I mean, I've moved, I think there is a more maximum distance, but when it comes to like major cities, I've moved one of the, longest distances within Germany, right? From essentially Munich to Berlin, which I don't even want to compare to what it's like to move abroad. I've been outside of Germany a lot because my passport allows me to travel quite easily. And it's a significant change in life. And I would like for you to maybe you can either pick a specific story or a more general version of what it's like to go through the student life and then make a decision to work in Istanbul, because I know you've spent more time in Istanbul than just studying, doing that and then making the decision and taking that step, packing your bags and just moving your entire life.
Yeah, that was during the education, during the uni, I started to work with the in the illustration industry, because I remember just one summer I just shared every week three times, I think 3 times in a week. I posted some new illustration, and that time I able to work with the people.
You mean clients outside of school, so like new people that you didn't know personally?
Yes.
That started
and one of my
communicating
first client from India. It's a game company.
Oh wow!
And we worked.
How old were you when that happened?
Maybe 20 or 22.
Oh wow! So you've just started studying at that point.
Yes.
When did you start studying? At what age?
18.
Oh yeah, there you go. So you're like
but
second semester. No, you're like 4th semester, 2 years in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still in school, posting about your work, and then people started contacting you. Lovely.
And I joined some challenges like 36 days of type.
I think a lot of people in the space know this.
Yeah,
I'm not
probably.
like, I didn't come out of the space and I know this, but I also know a bunch of stuff usually. But
I
could
think
you explain what that is?
That was a challenge every year.
That's still going on, right?
No, they are stopped doing that.
Who did this?
Couple of years ago.
But who started this?
I don't know. I don't know the people
Okay, all right.
that.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
And you have to, every day you have to share a letter. And in the end, every day they're sharing like a selective couple of designers.
Yeah.
What they created, and then other people can see your artworks from there.
But just to reiterate this, right? So it's the alphabet.
It's an alphabet and numbers.
And numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So how many days of type is it?
36.
36. There you go. That makes sense, right? Because it's like 26 in the alphabet and then 10 numbers. Yeah. Nice. Got it. And then each day, everyone shares their design of the same letter or number,
style.
Right? In their style, right? So, for example, it's the letter. Well, the first day is the letter A. I don't know if they start with the numbers. They do start with the A.
No, they
right?
start with A.
With A. There you go. And everyone designs an A, right? And then this goes on for 38 days.
Yeah.
36. I'm sorry. And then this goes on for 36 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. I'm also going to cut that out. But it's funny. This is still usable. Okay. Could you, just because I need to, draw some attention to the jacket that I'm wearing because I'm getting so warm? I need to take this off quickly.
Of course.
But I have a perfect question for this because you said you started fashion design. Yes. So first question, why did you want to study fashion design? And then second, why did you want to stop studying fashion design? AKA, maybe more positive, why did you then switch into graphic design?
That was my mom's choice. Not choice, actually. She advised to not switch, but she... actually, I always wanted to study fashion design since my childhood. And... then I went to art high school and I studied painting in there. And then when we are studying for the when we are going to course for the uni, and my mom was looking for the lessons what I can take from the uni in textile design, and she said these are too detailed for you and you're more into illustration, and I looked up for graphic design and you can do like bunch of things if you study graphic design. So she changed my mind, actually.
Okay. Lovely. I know your mom. I met her like a week ago, I think. At this point, lovely person. Really looks out for you. Very aware. It's very funny because I think I've not studied fashion design, but I guess at some point there's a lot of like business stuff. There's a lot of like technical stuff.
Yeah, and it's not that funny like from outside.
Well, it's definitely not. It's not a funny industry. Not at all. And
during the uni, I have like from the first year, I have a bunch of friends from there. I'm still like close friends with them. And I saw how they struggle with the...
Yeah. To me, fashion design is very similar to cooking. In terms of how the art is being performed across people. It's like highly competitive. It's very like the shows it's crazy and the stakes are really high. Competition is insane, right? So interesting, but also interesting. I want to draw attention to the fact that you started fashion design without checking for these things because you just wanted to do what you wanted to do, or
actually it was not accidentally, but I went for a bunch of like exams.
Yeah.
So I passed fashion design, but I was wanted to graphic design at that moment. So I couldn't do that in the first year.
Oh.
So while I was studying, I was connected with the head of department.
Okay, yeah.
And
for graphic design. And then you did a bit of like...
Yeah, I went all bling, bling? Their lessons, and I also had some friends from there, and I was always there. And I showed her my portfolio, and she said, yes, you need to study graphic design.
I mean, that's... so, from my perspective, that person was wildly right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the end of the year, she had the space for just for me, just for one person, and just from the fashion design, so I can switch to department.
Cool. That's nice. All right, and then from there you did graphic design and trained as an illustrator, and now we gotta bring it back to the jacket because I'm sweating at this point. Luckily, you are still, and we got to make this loop quickly, in your art, right? You do illustration and painting, right? And then you also do this on textile, right? And you then also embroider this stuff. And so you're kind of like in the medium of fashion already, in the material of fashion, which I mean a lot of painters are, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like a lot of painters paint on fabric, right? But there is a sewing embroidery kind of aspect to it, which I think it's fair to say that I've exploited this in some sense, right?
That's true.
And that is by giving you a bunch of clothes and asking you specifically to embroider parts of this. And the jacket I'm dying to
I think this one
off.
was the first one I stitched it.
Could be, and the shirt maybe as well, the collar
yeah,
here,
the same
right?
time, yeah.
And you did a bunch of stuff for me on the coat that I wore for my sister's wedding, including also the shirt, which I wore there. And I think even the jacket I have with me. But maybe we want to try this out. We're going to give a little bit of a visual aid in addition to this so that people can see what's going on. Because maybe you can start with this real quick. And then I'm going to take the phone back, but I just got to take off the jacket. The vest is not what we're trying to do. Sorry, I have to speak into the microphone. But the vest that's not relevant, it's just a spider. But what you've done is, do you want to describe this?
You gave me the brief. It will be all fours, like every language. And we looked at...
I love how you call it every language.
Yeah.
It's just, it's actually like not, like, first of all, it's a number and the language is math.
Yes.
But in different ways, we're going to portray the four, right?
Yeah.
I love how you see this as language. So to you, Roman, the dice, the normal, but I think these are Arabic numerals, are they?
Which one?
I need to look this up, like the normal, quote unquote, the normal four. And then we have four dashes, I guess, right? That's also here. Yeah, but these are the four languages, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And we have open and closed fours. Maybe you want to, this is the closed four, right?
This is closed one, this is open one.
Oh yeah,
and
there you go.
we have pink one.
Oh, true. There's a hidden one, right? There you go. Which is, in my world, is apricot. There's another one somewhere, right?
Yeah. On the back, I think.
Yeah, we don't have to find it now. Okay, I'm going to close this down because my legs are getting really warm too. There's the other four, the pink one here. Oh, that was significant. We got a little bit of action going on in this episode. It's nice. I know that there's a bunch of other clothes that you've done. For me, I also know that there's a bunch of other clothes that I'm still waiting for you to help me with. I also know, and the people that are watching this, which are maybe like, I don't even know if my mom watches this like fully. I hope she doesn't, in a way that is very positive, because she knows you as well. She's been here. She sat on this couch. So has your mom last week. And where I'm getting at is that you do a lot of fabric work still, including this couch.
This couch, yes.
There you go. So we maybe just explain what fabric means to you from an artistic perspective and why you're so drawn to it. And you can take your time and reason a little bit, because maybe that's not something you've like fully thought about ever.
Yeah. It's not about fabric actually. It's about like colors and like maybe texture, how it's fit for me. And I started to. I learned the stitching from my grandma when I was 5 or 6, and then I stopped doing that. But she taught me the how can I do that.
And did she teach you how to fix certain things? Like, was that the start of that? Or?
No, she didn't. But she was a tailor, so I saw that from her.
So your
but
grandma
I don't know
was
anything.
a tailor.
Yeah.
Well, that's significant. Okay, so
both
she
of
taught
them
you,
actually.
Both grandmas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn! Oh wow! This makes
It's
a lot of sense.
genetic.
Well, it's generational. As soon as you keep it there, we'll see. Because what did your granddads do?
He was a carpenter. He wasn't a carpenter, but
he was a carpenter.
Yeah,
I mean, you told me what
it's
he
not
did.
the main job,
yeah,
but
still,
he
was a
built
right? There you go.
couple of houses.
There you go,
Yeah.
couple of them
Yeah,
out of wood. But all I'm trying to say is like you're not building houses yet. So very dominant grandma genes, then I guess, right? Okay, nice. And in what scenario did she teach you that? Was it embroidery, like artfully, or did you actually help her fix clothes and like make clothes?
Was a specific embroidery. It's a scene with the squirrel and with some nuts on the
and you then
bench.
like crisscross the.
Not the crisscross. Just I'm doing this like line.
Oh yeah.
What's this? Not the.
Do you have these pieces?
In Izmir, yes.
Lovely. It would be lovely if we could get some photos of that to put on the screen. No. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
not now,
ask
but like when I edit this, right?
Yeah.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. We can show some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then, have you been sewing? Like, because I've seen you also make your own clothes here, edit your own clothes and customize them. Is this something that is important to you as a process of making it? Or is it way more important to you, because that's where I come from, to have a custom piece of clothing?
To have a custom piece of clothes, actually.
So this is important to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go into what you like about that? Like, I mean, because obviously, I mean, the two of us were... we bonded actually. Like part of our, I guess, like relationship foundation is that we bonded over our taste. We bonded over our happiness, and well, I guess at this point, like it's not, we shouldn't call it that, but the bravery to dress not only significantly extravagantly, but to dress extremely intentionally, right? Color-wise, just to be very clear that it's hyper intentional what's going on, right? That's, I think, what we both had in the beginning, and we both allowed each other to amplify this.
Yeah.
And
we have all colors. You're turquoise, I'm pink.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear. That was already quite assigned. I wonder how that, like, why is always such a difficult question, and I know that I personally like, I'm very pro not liking the question why, but could you describe what makes you want to have custom clothes? What does that mean to you? What does it represent, a custom piece of clothing? And also custom, and this is where I wanted to go, sorry, because you can have a custom piece of clothing made by someone else, which I do, right? I mean, this is like an edited piece of clothing, edited by you, and I did like maybe like 4 fours, maybe, right?
For that one, if I can make it, I would prefer to make for myself.
But how is that different to you buying, and it doesn't have to be expensive, but you buying a custom piece of clothing, for example, from me? I will sell you a custom piece of clothing for €1, €4, right? How is that different to having something that you made yourself?
Because like, I'm not thinking about that too much, but it's not look same with the other people, maybe.
Okay, it's a good answer. It's a very obvious answer to me. Okay. And why is that important to you?
Actually, it's not that much important. I also sometimes wearing like super normal clothes, but it started with the when I was shooting my art pieces a couple of years ago. I was dressing like the same colors,
like the art piece.
Yes.
Okay.
For came the from there. Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then since your art pieces are very much in the category of material wise, in the category of clothing, is that kind of like, that makes a lot of sense that you would start customizing your clothes maybe even while you're making your pieces, right? Because right now I know that you're working on a skirt, which is actually like, I mean, in a way it's kind of similar to also the art piece that is happening over there, in a way, right? I mean, if I now am being asked, is there a connection? I could definitely like easily make that connection to like the grid, the colors, all of this, and I see you doing that like at the same time, essentially, right? Cool. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Should we move to, where do you want to go? Do you want to talk more about art and Berlin and art and doing that, or do you want to talk a little bit more about business, which then is more illustration stuff, which is more the digital world, which is your process there?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, you want to talk about that? Cool. So then let's into I think like 1.5 years ago, where essentially we met. And before we talk about this, we're going to take a short break. You know what I actually forgot?
What?
Is a proper introduction and a proper welcome. And you know why I forgot this?
Because we were already here all day.
Exactly. Yeah. And it feels weird because like when I talked to Julian the last episode, I mean, I said like, welcome to the studio, welcome to Berlin. But it feels profoundly weird to welcome you to your own studio, into your corner of the couch. Yes. Thank you. So welcome to the place you've made with me, despite me, for me, against me. In so many different ways that we have created this together, right? Yeah. Without me, in certain occasions. Lovely. And it's so nice to finally have a full-on, I don't know, explanation, justification, a reason why this corner is so pink and so purple and so you, right? And I also owe you an apology then, because I was sitting in this corner, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It won't happen again.
Okay.
Right?
Please don't do that.
Not when you're here.
Yeah.
Only when you're not here, right? But when you're not here, I do what I want.
Sandro.
Okay, now this is a proper introduction. Okay. We just took a little break, and before that, kind of like had these 2 items on the list still, which is your digital works, your more artistic works, because we're sitting surrounded by your other works, and I do want to get to both of these, but the digital works I think are important because that's actually how we met. It's one of the first projects we did together. I don't want to go into the details of the projects. Just want to talk about what the work was like, what we did. We don't have to name any project names. Let's not do that. But let's talk about what we did and what the content was, and how the collaboration kind of like felt for you. And I can definitely get the like start with the intro of that. But I'm also happy for you to kind of like start with that story, which actually we started working together shortly after we met. We met in Prenzlauer Berg, in a very nice area of Berlin. And then you went to Turkey for like 6 weeks after that initial meeting, right? And then upon you coming back, I was in the UK. I was in London, Manchester, Dublin, and then came back after you came back. Yeah. And then we had this like
before I came back.
Well, you later than me.
No. Yeah.
So I waited for you in Berlin still. Oh wow. Okay. And then it was already quite Christmassy.
It was 9th of
It was
December.
after Christmas.
Before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had kind of like this Christmas gift exchange kind of situation because you went to Turkey.
Yes.
I went to...
It was before Christmas.
Okay,
Way before.
okay. Yeah.
Christmas presents was different.
But we met in this restaurant and like we
Yes.
had both like a
Yes.
full basket
had
of presents, right?
6 presents for you. Had 6 or 5.
There you go. So we both... And we didn't talk about this, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and
we
some
just-
couple of things was same, like rings
Yeah,
and socks.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, yeah, I mean, we know what's up, right? Yeah. Nice. And then quite soon after that, we started working together.
Mhm.
And I would love for you to tell that story and how that kind of like worked from your side.
And that moment you were working with the company and you asked me about the maybe we can collaborate this, there's a project for you, and I said of course, yeah, we can do that. And then you came with the project, and that was really lovely project for me because I like to create characters, and that was specific characters for the project, and that was really lovely because you allow me to like think differently, or it wasn't like structural thing.
Yeah. It was definitely not.
I felt really free to creating those.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate over this from my side just to make it a little bit more like, I don't know, colorful. So it's a sustainability startup that I had a project with for a year, and I was the brand designer for the project, the only one, and
that time you were making the all logo and branding,
everything from scratch, right? Yeah, there you go. So I mean, they had a logo that was done in PowerPoint somewhere, right? And I really started from the ground up and did a couple of variants, and at that time even like showed you a couple of these variants, right? And I gotta say, like, you helped me a lot because I was not an accomplished brand designer at that point, and I did a lot of experiments. You were very kind in pointing only to the ones that you liked, because there were a lot you just didn't talk about because they were not good.
Yeah. Especially with the like look like an eyes. Do you remember that one? You love like that eyes. One. Like there's eyes. 2 eyes, or it's a kind of bird feather.
No, like a drop and a leaf that are kind of like with different layers, like ripped into one another. Yeah, I still like it. It wouldn't have matched the company. I still think it's great.
It wasn't. But that's okay.
That's all right. It's over. Let's not get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't kick a dog when it's down. Okay. Don't kick a dog when it left. You can ask your dad about this. What not to do with a dog.
Don't do that.
Oh, that's a terrible joke. I might keep this in. Okay, and then you assisted me through that, and then luckily that project and the people doing that project, they were not only open to literally making characters to the different kind of company divisions that I made up, because I definitely did also, as a brand designer, envision certain branches for the company and certain ways of functioning, because they have a product, a physical product that they sell. They have services to maintain the product. There's a lot of print stuff to do, usually in startup stuff for like promoting flyers and websites. And I envisioned all of this, and in that process I also envisioned, I could see like the potential made up non-human but humanoid characters that were representatives of those divisions. And through your ability to be so good at what you do at the first go, I really gotta hand you that. Like, you are
that was super fast,
but you were super fast
in one shot.
Right, it was single shot stuff that was good, and I I gave you the first exclusive round of feedback. I didn't even show them because I also had a very strong vision. I think that's what one can say about me. I've quite a. We're gonna zoom in on that eye roll. One, I have heard that I can have a very strong vision. That's why I wear so many glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I had to get that in. And then we got feedback from the team, and they were, I mean, they loved you as a human, which I think at first glance is very easy to do, right?
It's obvious.
There you go. Fingers off the Kanye button, please. Yeah, right? Yeah, because when we push that button, like, it's gonna get nasty. Yeah. And the second thing then was that they really, through you, and that was such a big moment from my side as well, as soon as those illustrations hit, the rest of the branding just became so alive because it was kind of retro. It still is. It's kind of retro, kind of hard lines, really not like sustainability kind of aesthetic. But through the actual, like, I mean this very positively, the cuteness and the detail and the handcraftedness of those illustrations, and also by them being custom, exclusive, and hyper specific to the product. We had the product, we had interactions with the product, all those different types of scenarios that kind of like had that we had for this company, just helped bring my work out in such a nice way, helped bring your work out in such a nice way, and it ended up on the product as a sign for children to enjoy. And then it even continued into you and me conceptualizing the educational material for what happens around that product, because it's going to schools, it's going to kindergarten schools around Germany. And me conceptualizing this and you continually like working into that and making really, really cool custom illustrations in that scenario. And it turned the project for me from a very theoretical, practical execution kind of project to something that was very creative in a storytelling kind of sense. Yeah. Because all of a sudden we were making art, and that was so lovely for me. It really helped me feel good about my work. And it's still that concept and our collaboration that it is my favorite part of that project. And the second one, which is a close second, is the product itself. Yeah. And the work with the product designer, because she is fabulous and the product is amazing. Yeah. So I spoke or told a bit more about your story. Maybe you want to, because at that time we didn't have a studio, so maybe you want to take the story from here and tell a bit about your path in Berlin and how we from there kind of like, or you from there kind of like worked your way into Berlin. Yeah,
we didn't have the studio, but like as always, I was working from home, and sometimes I came to your not studio but office for how where they are working for them.
The incubator, as they call it in the startup world. Yeah. Which was what?
What?
I called it names.
Incubator.
But the incubator was a
startup office?
Yeah, but I called it names.
Incubator.
No, I said nasty stuff about it.
What you said?
Well, what it looks like. Well, we don't have to talk about it. Just keep it positive. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, but it's the startup incubator here in Berlin. One of the startup incubators here in Berlin. Yeah, that we worked at.
Yeah, that was a cute building, as I can say. Like smelly, but that's fine. I have nice rooftop.
That's true. Yeah, that was fun, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay,
which is not an official rooftop, just
roof.
It's a roof. Yeah, that climbs through the window onto. Right. Yeah, there you go.
And like sometimes we met in the cafes and work from there, and and then a couple of months later we did another project, which is the alcohol brand rebranding.
Oh, the mezcal.
Brand.
Yeah, that's true. We did that. Yeah.
I'm not mentioning the names because you said
It's good. But you can. It's the type of alcohol.
Okay, mezcal brand.
Yeah.
And that was also quite nice because I created a bunch of small illustrations, which I really like to do, small illustrations. And you made all the packaging design.
Yeah.
And after a couple of months later, I think I always wanted to have a studio because I haven't won that at the...
You haven't had...
I haven't had the studio.
Up until now. So this is your first studio.
Yeah, this is my first
design
studio. Yeah.
Same for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And then I saw a post. I saw a story from my friend, and I went to the same studio before for visiting her, and we went there together to see the studio. Maybe we thought maybe we can rent it
out together.
Yeah. And actually we really want that one. That was quite big, but they don't want to share with the people. I think they
This
just
is the one
want...
that we looked at in Kreuzberg.
in Neukölln. Yeah.
That was lovely, right?
That was really nice. And it was like one of my dream studio.
In a way, it was super, super cool.
Yeah.
And I think now, because we have enough stuff now to fill out a room like that.
Yeah.
It was like 3 times as big as this one here. But also it would have been very
cold.
40
square meter.
Oh, there you go. So like 3 times as big as here. And very artsy, very cold, large windows, industrial space, right? I think we're at the point where we could pull this off now.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens next.
That time it was a bit pricey, and they chose already someone else.
Yeah, and I think actually we were extremely lucky in the way that this played out here, because this is such a livable space. Not that we live here, but it's all the presets are here, right? It's very manageable. It's clean.
Yeah. It feels like home.
Yeah, and it is an apartment building, right? It's not an industrial complex, so that's nice, right?
And after a week or 2 weeks later, my friend told me that there is a studio that will be empty end of the month, and it's that studio.
It's this one here.
Yeah. Ejam told me that our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
And
our studio flatmate.
Yes. Yeah. And then we came. I saw the first time, and then you saw when we came together here because you want to see that too.
Yeah.
And then we saw the lake and park, and we said, we'll take it.
Oh, we saw the lake after the place, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then like there was this moment I remember where you were like, I'm gonna let her know if I want this or not. And I said, like, looking at the lake, I was like, tell her now.
Yeah.
Like just
I remember
we
that.
did like 20 minutes after coming out of the door here. We were standing, it was springtime, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, tell her now. Tell her right now. Huh?
End of April or May. Like
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so like 2 years ago now.
Yeah, first year anniversary for studio.
Oh, wow.
I don't know which day actually, but
it's in my photo roll. I can check that. And then you texted her. And then
she accepted us to hand it over.
Yeah, but also same day.
Probably.
Yeah. She texted you back the same day, like just an hour later, maybe.
Yeah, true.
30 minutes later.
Yeah, because we were really serious to take it over.
Yeah.
And then it's happened. And after 2 days later, I get the keys.
This was hilariously easy then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet lady as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then day by day, we filled the studio with your furnitures.
Yeah. And I built stuff, right?
Yes.
and we moved stuff around. And just like, I mean, I am in full agreement that there's a lot of shit because I work with a lot of stuff. I have a lot of like things a lot of tools from back in the day that I should eventually like
You'll
update.
use everything.
I use everything.
Someday.
No, I use everything every day.
Not every day.
No, I use it all the time.
What we did today.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of this.
I know.
But yeah, today actually we cleared up, and I did my job. I think, right? I took care of my stuff. Yeah, we cleared up a bunch of stuff that we store here, which is obviously everything is just so important.
Everything, even the toilet paper holder, it's really important piece.
Yeah, it's extremely important. Yeah. Although there is one here, but this one you never know. When shit hits the fan, Selin, you want to have a good solid steel toilet paper holder so that the toilet paper doesn't hit the fan.
What was your idea about the couch toilet?
Yeah, let's not talk about this. This is secret. This is a secret project. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the next couch.
Okay.
I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna
make a hole.
Well, at least one. Yeah, good thinking. All right. So then we ended up doing this. Do you remember? Well, okay. Now we're like 2 years here, and you are working mainly as an illustrator. We're still doing projects together.
Yeah.
We definitely like consult each other on projects, right? So I ask for you for colors and for fixing vectors and just anything shape, right? And then I think when it comes to like technology and concept,
always coming to you because when you touch to the laptop, it's always working. I'm doing the same thing, but it's not working. But when you are touch it, it's always light on.
And we're talking about like actually broken technology, right? I mean, stuff that you spent like 15, 20 minutes trying to fix, right? Yeah.
You have something I don't know.
Yeah. And then I go to the technology, whether it's a sewing machine or a screen or some kind of laptop, some phone. I just spend a cool 8 seconds with it, and it just does.
You don't need to do anything.
Not even just look at it funny. Yeah. This is somehow my relationship to technology. It's also my relationship to the Deutsche Bahn, to the German train system, because everyone is like really struggling with this, and there's like a common hate around it. And I just have a very beautiful relationship to that company. Like I like telling this, and this happened to be not only once. The Deutsche Bahn trains are late and people like miss them. And
you're always on time.
Well, they're always on time, and even when I'm late, they are late, as in they're waiting for me, which is nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. It's a good deal.
It's happening.
And then obviously
sometimes.
They're late for someone else, so I try to be on time because I guess I'm not trying to like break people's lives over here, right? At least not strangers. Yeah. Okay. So do you have a current project you want to talk about, whether that's art or illustration, something that you're doing? And you don't have to share the names or anything, like we do want to keep that clean, but something that you're excited about working right now, or even an internal project, digital project that you want to share that I know of.
Which one do you know?
So funny.
Now I'm working on my website. It's really excited to doing that because it's the first time I'm really hands-on doing and preparing my old projects.
Which is actually
really
like
nice
I looked over it, and I'm also like we're also working on the website constantly, right? And the amount of CMS items you have is hilarious. It's just hilarious how much you've done.
Yeah.
And not just how much you've done within those projects, but how many exhibitions you have, how many projects you've done, how long you've been doing
There's
this,
more
right?
projects I
Well, I believe that. I saw the PowerPoints. Yeah, there's more. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So this is really cool. So talk a little bit about the website. Maybe also say where people can find it.
Yeah. You can find me from selintahtakılıç.com.
Lovely. And also via Instagram, I guess the website is on there as well, right? And that's at Selin Tahtakılıç.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's also going to be, the branding of the podcast, there's going to be, your tag is just going to be floating like next to your head, right? Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Next to the two heads that are there, actually. Yours and the head. Yeah. Okay. And do you want to talk a little bit more about the website? And what people, like, for example, what do you want people to notice? What do you want people to on the website?
I want to just collect everything in the same system, because in Instagram or on Behance, it's always so much going on, especially from Instagram, because I'm always sharing my artworks, like you can like as a photograph, and I don't share any digital works or with collaborations that much, so people don't know what I'm doing actually. So for the website, I'm planning to show my all skills, and maybe in the future I want to add shop section.
Lovely. Yeah. For what?
For sell my art pieces.
Okay, that makes sense. But what kind of art pieces? Like, what are you working on that you can actually sell?
Yeah,
and I know this. I'm just trying to get this on record, right? Yeah.
Okay. So I have to do that if I say this.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I want to.
But as long as you don't put up a deadline, you're fine.
Yeah.
But I also like doing this in public. We're building in public. We're making stuff for people that are alive now, right? So put
I want
deadline
to
on it. Follow it.
Sell my art prints, like riso prints and screen printings, and like other big artworks. Okay. And also I want to make some clothes, like t-shirts or really handmade hand stitching clothes.
Yeah.
Actually, this year I'm planning to do that because last year and before that I was always saying to do that, but this year is the year I will do that.
Lovely. I mean, it's definitely, we have done a project also researching shirt production, because we had a client who ordered illustrations for shirts. And so I think we're prepared for doing that. And at this point, just so people know, the artwork that we have prepared, or even like are displaying here next to you, these are some of the prints that you give away to people and that are like part of your like smaller prints that can be, I guess, like if you buy a bigger piece from you, I guess these are found in the, you put those in with those pieces. And these are riso prints, right? And then the big art pieces are the soft fabric pieces that are one of them. I think that's the largest one, right?
Yeah.
Is it the largest one ever?
As like fluffy or stitching, this is the largest one. But I made larger illustrations on.
There you go.
I painted, in this format, this is the largest one.
Okay. Let's make that even larger for the festival stuff, right? But this is so cool, and I love that is the backdrop of the podcast. Okay, and then I also know that you make a bunch of like smaller paintings of this style in wooden frames. I highly recommend people check out your Instagram for this, and also recommend.
I'm planning to share those every week.
Yeah. I mean, you do, right?
Yeah.
Just this week you shared.
Yeah, I started this week.
Some of them, right? I do want to ask you, would you be interested in people, we don't know who watches this, right? In people coming to you and saying, hey, I would love to have that illustration on a shirt, right? Because then when someone like expresses this to you, it's quite easy to make a decision on what to prioritize, right? Yeah. Because in the end, you're an artist and you want to do what you want to do. But I'm also currently with the music, which I'm going to plug hard now. That's the artwork for my album. That's the Pixel Turquoise Beta 1 aquarelle painting from a million years ago. It's the first time I thought about like what the artwork could be like when I first made the demos, which are also going to turn into a riso print for the convention here, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But I just wanted, since you have paintings on your thing, I wanted to have paintings on mine. It's just.
Are you jealous?
No, it's just a pure ego thing. Yeah. Now I'm not jealous.
Because you have one.
Exactly. Yeah. And I did want to talk about this as a connection point in the end. But now you made me plug this. Would that be okay for you if people like pick stuff off your Instagram and tell you like, hey, this would be lovely? Yeah. Yeah. So then, what would be the best way for someone to contact you there? Is it like via email through your website, or is it via DM on Instagram? Like, how would you like people to tell you what they like from your stuff and what they would love to see as a T-shirt or as a print for you to provide or make available for purchase over your website?
Yeah, I would like to have. They can message me from DM or from the email. They can just choose some artworks, or they can explain what they want to see on the T-shirts.
You're also offering custom.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
And they can share with me what they need, and then we can collaborate.
Okay, lovely. And then, what kind of mediums do you plan on making available? Like you said, you mentioned shirts, you mentioned prints, custom artworks. I've seen you ship those out as well. Is there anything else
actually,
that you
rugs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really want to do that.
Okay.
And like maybe play on plates or everything, pillows.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Every surface.
Every surface.
Yes.
Cars.
Also, yes.
Cars.
And murals. I really want to do that. Yeah. This year.
Walls. Good. All right. Nice. Have you ever thought about making like wallpapers for people?
For their phone or screen wallpapers?
Yeah.
Yes, but not. I'm not thinking about that too much.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, you told me that before.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Okay.
But not now.
Okay, nice. Good. I'm happy to hear
It's on my mind.
Yeah, because I'd like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you. Lovely. So we talked about the website. Is there something specific coming up for you? An event? Are you traveling? Are you working on a specific art piece for a specific exhibition? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening in the future?
Right now, I'm just today. I was doing the last touches for the additional pieces.
Yeah.
And these are for the Zine Festival, I can say, in Istanbul. It's a borderless art books days.
Lovely.
And I will be there for the sell my other artworks and the prints. And
where
also
is that?
In Istanbul, Salt Galata, I think. Yes.
When?
In May, 15th of May to 17th of
Lovely.
May.
We're going to put that in the description as well. Okay.
Also, this year I'm doing all the brand design for the event.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Is that the thing that I also saw?
Yeah.
The bird and the flower.
Bird and the flowers.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. So there's going to be posters.
Everywhere.
In Istanbul.
Yeah, in Istanbul.
With your stuff on it.
Yes.
With
on
where I said this should be there.
Where?
Well, I said the logo should be there.
Yeah, that one.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
So much power. Lovely. Cool. All right. Nice. Is there anything in the more close future? Because you just talked about going abroad, and that's like end of May kind of stuff. Is there anything in the close future? Hint.
There's an event. There's a special event next week. It's 26th of April. It's Alessandro's album release party and event. It's gonna be here, and it will start 11/11.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all day we will present all his songs and other artworks. his artworks and maybe a couple of my artworks.
Well, hopefully not. Maybe I'm counting on you to not only present them, but also what I would.
We will make some workshops.
Well, at least one. Right?
Maybe.
I mean, one of them is going to be me talking about the Charlie's record, right?
Yeah.
And having people there who are hopefully interested and or qualified to speak about music in depth and production, to kind of like do a workshop there and go through some songs and make this a very interactive kind of dissection of the beta, and get some feedback in. And then like there is a slot in another room. We're going to be doing this in another room, not here, but here it's kind of like that's your space to organize, to have people paint, to have people make stuff, to have people like do workshops. And just to give a little bit of like a credibility boost from your side, you have led workshops across Turkey, across Europe, right? Making art, instructing people to paint. You've done this for Converse, different brands, right? So
Converse
something like this.
Yeah, and what was the Spare Step? It's not the brand, but it's the chain of like sports clothes and shoes shops chain.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
and Converse a couple of times.
Yeah. Do you have any kind of idea? And you don't have to know this. Do you have any kind of idea what you would like to do with people here?
Actually, I'm still thinking of that. Maybe stitching or painting a little bit, or maybe keychain workshop.
That's also a cool thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Maybe we can find some kind of way to relate it to the album.
Yeah.
Right. Some kind of thing that makes sense, that ties your work to the record. I mean, the color is always available, right? We can do that. But maybe we can make something that makes sense, and maybe interact.
Maybe lino print.
That would be also cool. Customizing the artwork, because this is actually how I want to close this down. Is I do want to kind of like combine the two artwork worlds that we have in front of us right now, and that is by hoping and asking you, and this is something that we've discussed already, so I would be quite surprised if you just say no, but you've surprised me in the past, so we'll see how this goes. What I would love to do is I would like to have every member of this this DevCon, as I call it, like it's a developers conference happening over there, and you still, and I want to tell you this, I think you should do another event that people also can sign up for. A pink event in your color, because the one on the website right now, on my website, is like the Pixel Turquoise event, and I would love for you to send out an event that's at the same exact time at the same exact place, just to see like who goes where, because then you could check your tickets as well. Like, it's funny. Well, why is this a negative feeling?
Because it's your event, it's about you.
No, but it's funny to have like two different events. Of course, like you can go to either or, but it's just funny to check in both, right?
I need to think about that.
Okay, yeah, you can, but it will look cute. I'm gonna show you what it will be like, and it's just gonna be cool, right? And the connecting factor then would be, I would love everyone who comes to this to walk away with a Riso printed special edition version of this art piece. This is an aquarelle painting that I made by hand, but we're gonna Riso print these, and also maybe a bunch of other little prints that can then be maybe also in addition be customized. And then, I mean, of course, they will be kept by those people, right? So we're going to do a little bit of a goodie bag, and then as we like it, when we get stuff that other people made, we like to customize it, and I think we can teach that to people, right? And force that on people.
Yeah.
Right. And this is Lino print on Riso print, which is like perfect. And if anyone ever wondered, this is terrible. The cable is broken. If anyone ever wondered what these strange paintings or prints are, these are Riso prints from the Figma Config 25 in London, and they actually had Riso prints and then some stamps where you could customize these, and I customized them very tastefully. You can't really see that they're customized, but I actually did something by hand.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh yeah, they didn't come that way. So now you can guess what I did. Because the left one I brought for you.
That turquoise dot.
Well, that's definitely from me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the right one, the turquoise dot on the top left.
Yeah.
That's it?
Maybe the other 4.
Yes. So the yellow, the pink, and the purple. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest was there. The blue and the green was there on the left one.
I didn't know that you customized that.
I did. On there, that was the game. You went and you customized and you took it. And I then went again and I told the person, I'm not gonna like cheat here. I want to take a second one for my studio partner because she would kill me if I didn't do this. And then I took the second one. She allowed me to do that because I asked nicely. And what did I customize on the second one?
The dot in the middle?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Tastefully.
Yes.
Precise.
I thought it's always like that.
Yeah. I am not bad at what I do.
Yeah.
And also I just stamped a bunch of things on that, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Just stealing from cool companies, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do all day. Anything else you want to share? Anything you want to talk about still? How do you feel?
I think I'm done. I don't want to share anything.
You're done?
Yeah, I mean, we talked everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me in your podcast.
I mean, in the podcast, yes, I did invite you. Thank you so much for doing this. I do plan on doing this again because we do have a lot of work to specify, and I would love to eventually do this project by project and like discuss certain things about those projects. Because I think it's just cool to talk about this, and I would love, for example, if that happens, I would love to talk about these projects more in depth and maybe even show a bunch of stuff with the website, with your website, and just like have a little bit of a conversation there in the future.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, a little bit of a feedback round to round this off, because I know that you were a little bit like scared, I think, to do this on camera because you're not like super experienced speaking into microphones and filming yourself and stuff. Yes. Speaking.
Yes.
How was it?
To me, it was like new. And with the microphone, it feels...
Which you are terrible at
yes.
speaking into.
Yes. I'm avoiding
a couple moments where I was like, God damn it.
I'm sorry because it's super new to me and it's weird to hear my voice.
Yeah. I know it is. I hear it all the time.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Can I have a sip of your go-go juice? The pink juice. Thank you. All right. Rest is for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, a kind soul. Okay, that's it. Empty bucket. Empty battery. Time to go home. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much too.